Claims not to date black women because he is different. But I feel that he hides behind that label, just as the women who entered the House of Healing hid behind the angry label for so long.
My perspective of black women were my aunties, my cousins, all the way from, I had cousins that made me feel weird, You different, you dress funny, why you act like that,
Black women look at me and say, I can tell you don't like us. I'm like, what? I don't like you? I love you, but I can't help it if I learn 20 instruments. I can't help it if I play flute, walk barefooted on the beach. And I'm from South Central. I was amazed at you because I even told you, I said, you're a beautiful girl. And I watched yesterday.
Michael, she's a beautiful woman.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Tell her.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I said, you're a beautiful girl. And I told him, I said, this generation right now, people in their 20s, it's hard. Y'all making it hard on these brothers.
Pause the clip.
We got to wake up every day. Everything has to be about.
Y'all heard that?
What he said? She corrected
Y'all
him?
heard it? Yeah. Like, a nigga couldn't get a word in edgewise without her jumping her ass in. She's a beautiful woman. Like, come on now.
That annoys me too.
Like, girl, shut up. You heard what I said.
All right, I'm gonna just take it back a little bit.
It's hard. Y'all making it hard on these brothers. We got to wake up every day. Everything has to be about status. We got to buy this, even if we can't afford it. And then y'all on Instagram beautiful and you talking like you don't have no daddy. You sound like a dude talking. Like you ain't got no home training. Oh, what the fuck is that? And you say you a bad bitch? That's not a bad bitch. I'm talking in general. I'm talking about the general. How old are you?
22.
Yeah, your generation. Girl, you 22 years old. You doing this. You having hot flashes?
Yes, it's hot.
Michael, that's disrespectful. I want you to understand that. Why would you do that?
Because I'm being funny. I'm a different kind of personality. Now you're trying to make me look bad like I disrespected her.
You did.
I got a son with a black woman. My mother's black.
You disrespected this woman in this room at this time.
May I finish, please?
No, you said, I'm making you feel like you disrespect her. And I want you to understand, the same way I said to you earlier, that we would, excuse me, Miss Lyra, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do it.
I feel disrespected by his comment.
No, I'm handling it. So I want you to understand that to make a comment as a man like that to a woman, it wasn't funny. It was disrespectful.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to apologize. But what about what I heard when I was growing up until now?
It is
disrespectful because it's a psychological input. All I'm saying is that I thought it was funny.
Miss Lyra, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do it, Miss Lyra. It's out of order.
I feel like he was out of order.
Yeah, but I handled it. And you got the apology.
I'm talking about the first comment that he made.
But I'm handling it. I said to you earlier, and I'm gonna give you.
I don't like that.
But I'm gonna give it.
He said.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna give it to you because you weren't here. We taught the ladies the distinction between hearing and listening.
I'm listening, and I didn't like what I heard.
Yeah.
So I commented.
So you don't have to respond. That's your power. Don't give him your power. You don't have to respond. Hold it. I told you I will handle it. Just breathe and hold it.
When I feel disrespected, I feel like I should have a voice. You said we're allowed to have a voice.
Yeah, I'm your voice.
I want to say something.
Today I'm your
voice.
voice.
Like what you said.
I'm your voice because you are reacting. You're not responding. Breathe and we'll handle it.
I've breathed enough for the day.
I don't think so. For celibate Koro, he is unable to see that the anger he perceives in women of color is actually manifesting within himself.
I think black women are angry because they've been lied to, they've been cheated on, they've been hurt in their past relationships by men, and they have lack of trust.
I always talk to black women, they don't want to talk to me. Minute I talk to a white woman, they get mad. You want to think you're mad? I'm mad too. There's a lot of anger inside of me. What about us? Black women talk about me. What about us black men? We go through stuff too. We're tired of hearing the same thing of, oh, we're independent women, we're independent this, we're independent that. I'm independent too. We have a lot in common. You have this imaginary wall around you. I don't know who damaged you. And me being a black man, I have to suffer for what somebody did to you? That has nothing to do with me. I'm not the enemy. I get that a lot from black women, that we're the enemy, we're liars, cheaters, we're dogs.
It's okay.
Diary of a Mad Black Man. I have a journal I keep. And then when I show this side to women, they think it's a weakness. This is not a weakness, it's actually a strength. But then when I show this to you, to black women, you don't know how to receive it.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to being abused. It makes it hard for me to get to know this.
Y'all think she's overreacting?
Absolutely.
I agree.
And she's 22. Girl, go sit your go. Come on, man.
It was right before, like, right when it was about to switch scenes, she started talking about the second guy.
I don't think so. For celibate Koro, he is unable to see that the anger he perceives in women of color is actually manifesting within himself.
I think black women are angry because they've been lied to, they've been cheated on.
That was extremely fucking dismissive.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was extremely dismissive. Like, what? Is she supposed to be? Is she supposed to be a therapist?
They changed it to life coach so they can get away with saying whatever they want and don't have to follow the rules of engagement.
If she based what she had to say about him off of what he said in that clip, that was extremely dismissive. That wasn't anything internal. That was things he was experiencing externally. And she basically was like, yeah, that's basically, I don't know if this is the right term to say, but it sounds like that's all in your head, bro.
And I feel like he did it the healthiest. Because I ain't gonna lie, when women do it the way the first guy did it, I do see women all the time. Well, he deserved it. Well, look, he looked like this, or he doing this, or he doing that. And they give women a pass because of their experience with men. But when a man is showing his frustration with women, it's like women try to tell them how to do it. Like, you can do it, but just don't offend me while you doing it, type thing.
So, Doc, can I ask you this? A man who articulates himself like that or just displays his emotions or wears his heart on his sleeve, whatever you want to call it, could you see yourself with the man who expresses himself in that manner?
The second guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Yes, I was in a relationship and he used to be angry and I kind of guided him on how to express himself. And one day he did something and he got angry and I dismissed him. And he was like, okay, wait, I'm sorry. I realized what I did wrong. And he explained it. But at that point, I was angry. And I dismissed him. And he came back. And when he came to me with tears versus the anger that he usually come to, like he used to come to me like, you gonna listen, like, no. But this time he was like, I feel like what I do is not good enough. And I feel like I'm like, not like worthy right now. I feel like I'm not worthy. And I feel like I'm not being heard. And he was crying. And that to me was like, okay, I don't want you to leave no more. Like, okay, let's talk about this. Like, I would rather see you deal with it in a healthy manner. I was talking about this last night. Men tend to, if they don't know themselves and know emotions, they tend to think everything is anger. They feel insecurity. They're like, oh, I'm going to deal with it angry. I'm going to deal with this angry. I'm going to deal with that angry. And I don't really like that. I like somebody that's healthy.
You feel like most women will receive him well? Honestly?
No, I don't.
Okay, better question. All right.
Can I ask something? Donald, dude, you said he was your ex. What happened? Like, why you think it didn't work out? Do you think you might have held that against him at some point?
No, we worked through it. It was a 5-year age difference, and I tried to do what they say that women should do in a relationship, and I endured more than what I was supposed to, and I set boundaries a little bit too late. So when he finally started, with the things that I put into the relationship, when I was finally getting it back, it was just too much damage done for me to really appreciate who he had become.
Right, practicing on you.
Yeah, because I didn't know, I didn't know how to set boundaries. I didn't know how to do it in a way because I felt like I lost my child's father when I was setting boundaries. So when I got with him, I tend to like, oh, let me do everything that I thought I should have done with him before he passed away. And it was 6 years. It was 6 long years. But I don't regret it. Everything happened for a reason. And men teach you things about yourself And as long as you taking accountability for everything that's happening, every single thing. Like when I say everything, everything, if you're acting in a way that you feel like is not the way you want to be, you got to take accountability for that. And I wasn't acting how I was supposed to. I wasn't setting boundaries. I wasn't speaking up. I wasn't, because I thought he was too young and I had to be patient and I had to do this. And yeah.